Hey guys, welcome back to Weather and Weather. So today we're gonna start with satellite imagery. We do have some clouds as the sun rises up. We can see that more often, more closer to places near Montreal, Boston on satellite imagery. It's gonna take about another hour or so to see if there's clouds. It's gonna be a little broken today with satellite with cloud, you know, formation. If we go to radar here, we do see this is velocity products not needed. We do see some clouds, and some of this is contamination from the radar. Contamination means something's affecting the radar to create these. Always seen these thunderstorms every time I look at this radar, so we do have some rain and thunderstorms just north of us near Owen Sound, places just north of Toronto too. Do have a marginal risk of severe weather. Should not affect us. Um, Looking around, there is a wind advisory. It's been a rather windy fall. Fall on average is windy from at least in the Great Lakes region. So don't be surprised if we get a rather big windstorm coming up once or twice. Yeah, let's get back to this. So there is one advisory that's on Lake Erie and portions near Watertown on Lake Ontario. But the small craft advisory is about 15 to 25 knots. A knot is about 15% more like power slashed better than miles per hour. So that's about, I don't know, 30. That's enough to create 3 to 5 feet of wave action on Lake Erie from Ripley. Yeah, hazardous conditions could affect boating. Uh, if you have an aircraft you like to fly, it could be a little more hazardous, and you don't want to fly. This one is about the same, but you get the extra wave action. Until 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Wednesday, and this one's from 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time Wednesday. About the same morning. Um, Today's weather story is about it's record high temperatures. You see 70s, lower 80s at points. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if there's something around here in the 80s. Normal highs are in the lower 50s. So this climatology, looking back in climatology, it's been rather warm in the past few days. The record was only set 2 years ago with a 79 degree record high. It's near record. We could see if it. There's always that margin of error. If it's at 77, it could go up to 80, or it could go down to 75. A little cooler than expected. Um, it's just very warm day today. High pressure continues in this area. There is a threat of wind. You usually see this before and sometimes after a cold front comes through our area. You could see some of these highlighted spots here off the lake. Off the lakes, could see some winds that could be generated from the low. pushing water onto land and creating a windstorm. Yeah, there's marine hazards. This means there's gonna be some type of hazard. That doesn't necessarily mean rain, but it could indicate good indicator for rain. But at this time of the year, it's always hit or miss with the lakes as we get into that winter style and lake effect season style of our lives in Buffalo. Let's look at the model runs. I looked on I looked at the GFS earlier. Nothing too astounding for nothing too big. Maybe rain. Um, as we continue, we do have some rain. Some of it's associated with this hurricane here. Could produce some rain. You got some snow in the plains near Texas, near this in the plains here. Deep cold air, deep throwing down. Could lots of snow possible in this area near Colorado and places. Um, we continue. We got this hurricane. It looks like it's gonna fizzle out before landfall, which is pretty good. It's gonna join with this storm, this line of rain. It's gonna develop a surface low, and that moisture is gonna come here produce some rain. That weekend, the November 10th, November 11th, I wouldn't be surprised if we see some our first if it gets cold enough. I mean, this is only one model run out of if you look, it usually does one, two, three, four, five, six, about 6, 7, 8 model runs. We only had 2 today. So, and this is still, let's see, 126 hours out. So, don't take this with a grain of salt. It could be like a lake effect opener, you could say, or it could just be rain. So all I'm saying is there's a low pressure that could sweep through that weekend. I would watch it, in my opinion, for any hazardous weather. I mean, it looks like it's just gonna be a rainmaker, but you have another low coming through, not enough moisture or aversion to create snow. We get this low pressure system. It's gonna deepen up really quick in a 977. It's pretty deep considering it's on land. It's not a hurricane, and it's producing these tight isobars, meaning a wind. The low is located near Minnesota and near the Canadian border here. It's still past the Great Lakes. It still could produce maybe some wind action on like a wind advisory or even a high wind warning. Might be possible with this storm. But get cold air on its left side here, and it's gonna produce. There could be some winter storm warnings. Even a blizzard warning could not be ruled out. I mean, still, 200 hours out. You never know. But high wind warning could be issued for our area, but we get the rain on this backside. Then all this cold air is there's a lot of cold air in these areas. It's good for us, I guess, if you don't like snow. I personally don't like snow, but yeah, again, I like seeing extreme weather. I don't know, I'm weird like that. We come to November 18th. It's a Monday around 8 Zulu. We got some rain. coming through our region. Heavy at times. Maybe a snowflake if it gets that cold. But around at this time, there's cold air troughing, making an ejection down near Maine and on this eastern coast of the U.S. So this low is turning to snow, and this is the end of the model run. If this air can come down here, some of these rain showers could be snow for us, if you like snow. Still 384 hours out, and let's see, CMC likes more snow-like conditions. Got some heavier rain and thunderstorms with this line. It's been very destructive in the past few days. This line did produce tornadoes that were destructive, but back to Western New York weather. Rain associated with that low this is gonna dissolve really. It's gonna produce some rain, not even a low associated. This storm, I forgot the name. It doesn't matter. This hurricane, it's gonna be like a tropical storm or a Category 1 hurricane. Nothing that strong to worry about. It's probably gonna go around where Louisiana here brings storm-like conditions and go associated with this low here or this line of storms. See, it really gets sheared up or something happens where there's only one side this inner wall or one of the outer bands. It's producing a lot of heavier rain, but the low is gone the next 6 hours after that. That's most of this just gonna be rain for portions of Florida, Louisiana, New Orleans, the southern parts. CMC comes through. We do have a high pressure around hour 114. It's gonna push by this rain and thunder storm potential here. No low associated, but some of these storms I would look. Let's see. Now here, this is a pretty big low. It's gonna sweep across the U.S. here. Deep isobars, but we could see this rain and thunderstorm. Could see a tornado potential down here. Then, if it gets cold enough up here, pushes down, could see a blizzard potential. Sorry guys, blizzard potential. So, you got heavier rain near Georgia, Florida, South Carolina. You got mixed potential up here in Canada and some snow. But there's a low associated. I would also watch this one out because the 10th on here shows, not even a low associated, but this is interesting. This could do something in terms of our weather. Let's go to Icon. Icon's one of those mid-range model supports. Only goes 120 hours out. But nice line of thunderstorms extending from Texas to the Great Lakes. Gonna dissolve as a high pressure and low pressure meet. We could see some winds today or tomorrow rather. This low here is going to be a 986 hurricane, but it's going to dissolve into, it's not even going to, it's going to be a fish storm mostly. It's going to be associated with this low, and this is going to lose steam. Could see some rain from it. That's what icon shows. Let's look at national charts. Rain today. They're expecting Raphael to be a hurricane. The model supports don't have this in a favorable environment apparently, because it doesn't just break away like that easily. Maybe shear, maybe dry air. Maybe he just doesn't want to be with us. I don't know. Got rain. We got some heavier rain, heavy snow. See this cold front's coming through this tomorrow. It's gonna be rather quiet because it's haven't been that much of. Oh, we could see 12 inches of rain or whatever. No, but portions of of Illinois here could see up to 4 inches of rain. And near the Keys could see up to 7 in the most persistent thunderstorms could see that. We got some spots here in day 2. We're expecting not much rain, if at all. Again, it's around that 0.01 of an inch of rain. Got some 2 spots here. This one's from Hurricane Raphael, and this is the low that's going to be associated with it. I think we could see some heavier rain amounts here. Portions. The Keys won't expect the worst. They're still expecting the most closest island could see about 2 inches. But you can see up to 15 inches. It's absurd. Up here is about 4. Still pretty significant. As time goes at weekends. But there's not much rain to be expected. Nothing that's gonna soak us. Nothing more than a half an inch, I would say. Portions up here is gonna get like 4 inches here. It's crazy to get so much moisture up here. It's absurd. Same thing with like this side of the U.S., this western part. They get extreme amount of moisture. Sometimes more than rain and thunderstorms that Florida gets, because it's right there. There's so much moisture from the ocean. It's just absurd. First, and the low starts from Washington, Oregon, and California, goes through and tracks through the U.S. But we could see about a quarter of an inch of rain. Maybe if you're lucky in some parts, maybe a half an inch. 5-day total is around that 1/10 of an inch. Some parts, so you could see a half an inch, maybe a whole inch of rain in the next 7 days, but there's a little yellow spot that indicates 15 inches. Absurd. Yeah, that's all I have for this. Let's go back here. I want to do more of the temperature outlooks because it's already November 5th today, and next month we could see some lake effect action. And if we look at the temperatures, that could indicate if it's gonna be an active season or not. Doesn't matter if El Nino's in effect or even a neutral phase is in effect. We could see some crazy numbers if these warm temperatures aren't here. There's a lot of factors also associated with it. Maybe it just won't drop that much snow. We can go back later on today about what how much snow and true. Assuming it's like 10 to 1 inches. Lake effect isn't like that, so you gotta take a grain of salt. It's more like 20 to 1 inch. Lake effect's a little more heavier, and 20 inches of lake effect snow is about 1 inch of liquid rain, where 10 inches of liquid, 1 inch of liquid rain equals around 10 inches of snow. That's most dynamic snows or regular snows you can see. So, anyways, 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. It's more around that likely above, very warm, and it's above average for most parts of the U.S., including us. Still in that leaning above, so we could see some rain and thunderstorms for this time of season. It could be a little bit drier than what they thought. Again, 18 to 14 day outlook. We have the highest chance for above average temperatures. It's crazy, and yeah, highest chance precipitation still above, leaning above normal. Could see that rain instead of that snow. Weeks 3 to 4, it's a little more that slightly above. And it's equal chances for either below or above average. I would say more above, but that could change. Monthly temperature outlook is gonna be more for this November. It's gonna be rather warmer, but and the monthly precipitation shows above equal chances. Portions of Chicago see above average precipitation. So the seasonal temperature outlook. This includes November, December, and January. That's where you can see the most some of these lake snows. It's leaning above, not much. It's almost like this equal chance. It's enough to highlight it, but you also need some buffer room here, so because this is a little more likely above. Precipitation's equal chances. I say more above because we have this spot here. Like you can just grow this out. You could see like Noah just growing this out. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. I haven't been posting that much. It's really hard with what's happening in my life, so I'll post when I can. It's very hard. Actually, before we go, I want to check or something. Looking at weather dynamic, total snowfall. This is 120 hours out. No snow indicated from here from the icon. GFS, assuming 10 to 1. This includes sweet too. There's a spot off of Lake Ontario here. 0.1 of an inch. Not much. But like some of these spots. 48 inches. I know these are more mountainous regions. 48 inches. Texas could see 7 inches in the northern part. It's crazy. It's gonna get colder though. CMC. Still, you got some of that heavier snow in Texas, and you can see where all the cold air is right now. It's injecting over here instead of here. Some portions of Maine could see about an inch within the next 240 hours. If that. I think it's an inch. Yeah, it's about an inch. Yeah, please. I'll put up a poll. I will look to see what you guys want to watch. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day.